Hi everyone, Massive Sass here, and we're looking at my Nintendo Switch collection slash backlog. Actually just coming back from Craig ages ago. Said when we get to about 30 Switch games, do like a collection video, and I actually did get to 30 Switch games not long ago with 13 Sentinels. Played it, finished it, traded it in, went back to 29. Now got to 30. Will even actually be 31 this week because House of the Dead remake coming up, and obviously Dave just put done his top 10 Wii U backlog video. So it's a mixture of like the two because most of this is sort of backlog, so similar to his on that, but also just looking at like my Switch collection. This is physical. I've got quite a few digital games been picking up in like sales. Like I got Neo the World Ends With You, bought that in sale ages ago, not played it. Just picked up Gear Club Unlimited 2 because that was like a fiver for like I think it's supposed to be like 40 quid for like a realistic racing game on Switch, so that could be interesting. So there's the digital backlog as well, but this is the physical game. I say there's 30 Switch games here, but I'm actually gonna start with a Wii U game. This is, you're gonna think why are you starting with this? It's because I have Breath of the Wild on Switch. I have the physical version on Switch, and I've lent it to Craig. So this is my Wii U version in place, which is still, as you can see, sealed. So so it's subbing in, and then going through my Switch games. So first is Atelier Ryza 2. Um, yeah, I got this with the whole point when I sold my PS4 to get my PS5. I thought, Japanese games, they come to Switch, it'd be fine if they're, not on the Xbox. Picked it up, I did like an hour or two for it and never gone back to it since. Oddly, I say, I picked this up, there's a few others here, of the whole, I can play Japanese games on my Switch and didn't, or haven't really, but now weirdly that I have a PS4 again, and obviously I had the PS5 for a point, and the Xbox slightly better Japanese game. I'm actually playing the weird Japanese games on Switch, like hence like a 13 Sentinels and stuff like that. And next one, staying on the theme, is Brute Reflection at Second Light, as it's called, which is the sequel. I know someone just actually been playing this, so see what they say when I jump into this. I got this because I traded in my Oculus Quest, and I was going to get cash, and it was like double trade in for it, and I had to look around and I ended up getting this. The first one's I think the first one's really I would say really, it's like 60 quid now. I think the first one now on Switch. I think this one's still about 30, 35 quid. I'm not sure about the PS4 versions, what they're like, but the Switch versions, yeah. So, another RPG. You will see a theme here. Then we got Cadence of Hyrule, which obviously is the music game by the I can't remember what they're called, Necro Dancer or something like that. I've not played this. I basically bought it because it's Zelda related. That's the only reason, which is weird because you can see there's a lot of Zelda, and obviously start with Breath of the Wild Wii U version, and everyone knows what I feel about that. Um, a recent pickup, obviously Dark Souls Remastered. I played like 2 hours of this. I think I've got to about where I got to when I first played it. I did enjoy what I've played of this more now than I did think, because of it's like this is the whole. When I played it first time, didn't really get like the get good stuff of Dark Souls, and taking it sort of time. Now that I understand Dark Souls more, I did have enjoyed what I've played it. It's just when will I go back to it? Because I think I bought it, played it for like 2 hours, and then like Kirby came out the next day, and then I played Kirby, and then other things have come out, and I've just not gone back to it. Similar thing, I bought the physical version of Disco Elysium. I am 8-bit. Again, not played it. I think the physical version, it comes with like you can actually have this if you watch this. There's download code for like music or something. It comes with the poster and stuff like that, and it's like worked out. It was slightly cheaper buying it physical than digital. Not played it. I've heard very great things about it. Like Mus, friend of like the channel, like I've just been on their quiz game show, which he did some questions and that. I think it's like his favorite game of all time, so I really want to play it. It's just another one picked up, and then other things like a Caribbean that came out. This is next, also IMA bit, which you've just seen on the podcast, most probably is Pickup. This was game number 30. Like I said, I've had 30 games, like 13 Sentinels. Played it, traded in, and went back to 29. I could have done a video then when I had 13 Sentinels. Picked this up. This actually comes out on the 24th, and I'm recording this on the 23rd. And actually, I think I got it on the Saturday. Got a bit early. Like, I can't earn my gold coins yet for it. It comes with some stickers and stuff. There's another one. Heard mixed-ish things about it. It's like it's only on Switch, the game and sort of thing. I think it's got like Earthbound vibes, but I might be wrong for it. There's another one like when will I get to it? Thankfully, there's still not that many games this month. It's only until like I think it's the 11th of June, like Mario Strikers. It's a bit of a backlog slash I say backlog, but it's a new title for me. Period of that case. Then we got Fire Emblem Three Houses. I'm really excited for Three Hopes as well. I actually picked this one up off Dave. I didn't do it in a pickup video because obviously Dave knew about it. I rebought it off him. Got a good price because this is now like 55 quid in CEX and stuff like that. It's just like it had a small like I guess print run, or Nintendo aren't doing it anymore. I think it has sold quite well though. I have finished it. That's the thing. Why, like I said, rebought it. I did buy normal. I finished it. I did it with Edelgard. Hearth Story traded in. I would have got a good price for it. Nintendo games, that's the like real good thing with Nintendo games. If you like buy them, finish them, trade them in, or sell them, you're basically gonna get what you pay for them because they don't really lose that much money. And then I only really got this off Dave because you might have seen I've picked up like the Fire Emblem games on GameCube and the Wii. Well, I've had the GameCube one for a while, but I just bought the Wii one. And it's like I've actually got like the two most expensive one. Let's see what other Fire Emblem games like get. Maybe we'll play it again one day. That's still like the other really good thing about this because obviously you got the three stories sort of four with the one, and obviously the DLC. There is content that I can do if I wanted. If like I want to play a Fire Emblem game, I have got the option. Again, that's why I'm playing Fire Emblem Fates Revelations because like kind of want a new Fire Emblem game. Haven't played that. I have played Birthright and Conquest, so that's like the third thing. So I kind of see me doing the same with this at some point, especially if like play Free Hoes. Like Blue Lions are fantastic in that. Maybe I want to play Blue Lions in this. So yep, that's that. Then one of my, I think it's my only American game. It's because we didn't get physical here, so I imported it, and it wasn't that much more than buying it like digital over here. Because I think digital over here is like 35-40 quid. I think I paid like $35, but then obviously postage, etc. It's great. Ace Attorney Chronicles, which has got the two games on the one cartridge, with like HD visuals and stuff like that. I think I'm halfway through the first game. I really need to get back to it because I was enjoying it. It's one of those ones like I can't see me trading it in, like, and again because it's American, I can't trade it in like a CX, like a local indie store or something like that would mostly take it. Sort of thing, put it on eBay. But it's one of those ones like, yeah, I'll get to it at some point. And it's a backlog, but it's not one I'm in urgent hurry to play. And I could see me also like playing it on the handheld. Like obviously Ace Attorney games originally from like the DS and 3DS and stuff like that. Playing it on handheld and like watching something else and doing the thing. But then I kind of want to know what's going on with like the thing. Back on the Zelda now after Cadence, we got Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, which again I've not played. I've barely touched this. Mainly got it because it's a Zelda game. I think reason I've not really played this because it's like, even though it's like the sequel to Hyrule Warriors, it's also like a prequel to Age of Breath of the Wild, and obviously I'm not a huge Breath of the Wild fan, so like having this Princess Zelda and this Link and these champions and that aren't really that appealing to me, but I do like the Warriors format, hence why I'm excited for Three Hopes. It's more of like, yeah, I want it in like my Zelda collection because I have Hyrule Warriors here, which I did really like. I played it on the Wii U. I have the 3DS one as well, which has got Link, and then I've got this. So I've got all three versions of this. I've not really played this version because again I played it on Wii U, so I wasn't that too bothered about it. But I do kind of want to play this because it's got the Linkle content, and I didn't play that on the 3DS because the 3DS version ran awful on the normal 3DS and didn't really run that much better, in my opinion, on the new 3DS series, sort of thing. So, like, having the option to play Linkle on this and do her story is, like, really the main thing I want to do. So I really need to get around to that at some point. I think you'll get a certain point into the main game, and then her stuff opens up and stuff like that. But this one, like, I really like going back to like Asia Calamity, like, not fussed about like that Princess Zelda and stuff. Like, this Princess Zelda is more to like what I would think of like Ocarina of Time and that. Then you got like Tetra, you got, Skull Kid, obviously you got, I said, Linkle, you got all these other like cool, you got Tingle, I think, in it as well. You got like the Bug Girl from Twilight Princess. You got all these like Zelda characters, coming into this one game, a bit like a multiverse and stuff like that. Like, not just Breath of the Wild content. So that. Then we have another Zelda. We go back to more proper Zelda and Link's Awakening sort of remake, because obviously you had Link's Awakening on the Game Boy and then Deluxe, which is, I guess, was a bit of a remaster, but obviously Game Boy Color, and this still sort of plays the same as what it would then, but obviously the new like toy graphic style and stuff like that. Was the first time I finished Link's Awakening. I had played bits of it on the Game Boy and stuff like that, but it's the first time I finished it on playing it all the way through. Really good. I actually really like this. I'm not. This is like weird. Like I say, a big Zelda fan. Got all these Zelda games. Like, I got, Zelda collectibles and stuff like that. Never been big on the 2D Zeldas. I think that's because my first Zelda was Wind Waker. So like that's what in and I played Ocarina because Wind Waker came with that, that bonus disc and stuff like that. But it was a 2D Zelda as well. I really enjoyed this. I doubt it, but if like we had like a Link to the Past like this, it would have to be a slightly different art style, because obviously the dream stuff and that kind of makes sense why it's like the weird toy style compared to what you got in like a Link to the Past. But like a Link to the Past remake or something like this would be really cool. Like, I really love Minish Cap. That's my two favorite TDs. Zelda. Again, it's like that era of Zelda, like Wind Waker, Minish Cap, Four Swords, stuff like that. It's when I got into the Zelda series. Still on Zelda, it's Skyward Sword HD, which we've talked about on the podcast. I've finished Skyward Sword twice on the GameCube. I finished it GameCube. We basically finished back to back, because I think if you finished it, you get like a hero mode or something like that. That's why I finished it back to back. I think like my saves like 45 and 40 hours and stuff like that. Really love Skyward Forward. I thought the motion controls were really good because everyone's like, oh, the motion controls suck on Wii, blah blah blah. Wasn't a big fan of motion controls and that, but I thought they really worked with that motion and plus. And then obviously you got this HD one. It's like 10 years later. It's like the 10th anniversary. Gives like a Zelda game every year, which Nintendo like to do. Bought it, played it, a bit of it. I've done like the first dungeons. Like, I don't like either control scheme. I mean, like the one with the controller, I always want to use the stick as a camera, even though the original didn't have like a stick for a camera. It's just like natural. It's like, oh yeah, this is right stick, it's the camera. But you've got to like hold the button to do the camera. Where in my opinion should be the other way. You hold the button, then you can use it as your sword. And I don't like the motion controls either, which is weird because again it had motion controls in it the first time. So I really do think it's the case. Like, this game was made for that system. That's the thing with Nintendo, and like especially like the Wii with the motion controls, or like a DS with the touch screen and stuff. Games made for that system. Even the Virtual Boy, like, I know a lot of people like love that Wario game to be ported. I know people have done it with the 3DS and stuff like that, and that is a great game. But I don't know how it would actually, apart from the people that have done it for like the 3DS, where they used like the 3D for it, how that would actually translate now to like a Switch if they did put it on like the Nintendo Switch Online, like that game. So I do think it's a game, great if you're playing the Wii version on a thing, but then yeah, it might just be me with the controls. I really should go back and play it again. But again, it's also one of those weird ones. Like, I've played and finished it twice, so it's like, do I play this again, or do I play something brand new like Atelier Riser? Never played that, never experienced that. It's like one of those weird ones. Then we have Monster Hunter Rise. Um, yeah, so this I've played loads of Monster Hunter games and stuff like that back from like the PSP day. Um, Tried to get into them, never really. Like World is mostly the nearest I've got into one. I think I put like 15 hours in it, which I know is pathetic compared to like a lot of times, but still a good chunk to me. But I just dropped it for some reason. This I got really into. I think I'm close to 40 hours, which still is not a huge amount. I like done the village quests and like the single player story. I've nearly done the multiplayer, like the Narwa Spirit goddess thing, which would take me into Sunbreak, which I really need to do that before Sunbreak because I've got weirdly the physical version of Sunbreak pre-order, which is this cartridge and then like a download code with new thing, but it can work out cheaper. I'm gonna sell this, buy that. It's gonna be thing. But yeah, Monster Hunter Rise is in my collection. It's one of the best games on Switch, and Capcom have to be really praised for like the technical achievement for this game. Like loading times aren't that bad. It looks great and stuff like that. And I know you have the PC version now, but yeah, Monster Hunter Rise definitely worth checking out if you got a Switch. Next one is a weird one. Is the Neo Geo Pocket Collection of Volume 1. This one, I'm talking about Eastwood with the gold coins. This one gives you like 70 gold coins. So it must like add all the games together. It's weird because cartridge games normally get less. This is a weird one because I picked this up because I didn't want to buy all the games individually, and I'm not a huge Neo because I haven't got one anymore. Neo Geo Pocket Color fan. I actually had one when they came out. Sonic Pocket Adventure is my favourite Sonic game, which everyone goes, Dave would go, oh, Penguin's being a hipster there. But it is actually my favourite Sonic game. And some of these games on here I have played, like Gal Fighters is great, the King of the Fighter games are really good, the Metal Slug games. It's a bit of a weird one, like I have played these games and finished them because they had a Neo Geo Pocket Color back in the day and bought the games, traded the games in once I finished them, etc. It's just like a bit of nostalgia on here. There's ones I've not played. I think it's the Darkbusters game or something like that it's called. I've not played that. There's some more games that have come out since, like a wrestling game which never left Japan is now out. Um, the SNK versus Capcom card fighters and stuff like that. So I hope they do a volume 2. But I really want the Sonic game. Sega should like let them do that. So that's the first 15 Switch games, obviously with Breath of the Wild on Wii U mixed in. So a more recent one now is Switch Sports. I bought the physical version, which has got the leg strap, which I used once, and I didn't think it was that great. Like, right, this is where I would kick the ball, and the ball's either already gone or not gone or whatever. But I think they've adding a thing where you can play the actual football with the leg strap, so be interesting. I've also actually played quite a bit of this. I've played it nearly every day. For like maybe half an hour sort of thing, unlocking the cosmetics and stuff like that. I found it really fun. It's just there's just not a lot of content, so I'm playing it more like I said, half an hour a day. I've unlocked this cosmetics, come back and unlock more, than like that sort of thing. That's like the challenge, trying to get the points and stuff like that. But obviously, golf hopefully will come after not E3 if we get Nintendo Direct and stuff like that. So that'll be good. Next, we've got Our World Is Ended, which I believe is a visual novel. I bought it in game ages ago. I think I paid like a tenner for it, and it was like the day one edition. So supposed to have I have the big cardboard box, but it's in the cupboard somewhere, and like a key ring and all that sort of stuff. And I thought, yeah, it comes with an art book and a key ring. It says on the back of here, yeah, and it's like a tenner for a Switch game and with all that stuff. So I picked it up, and that was literally the only reason. I've never like put it in the system. Well, I put it in the system to get the gold points, but that is it. Is it any good or whatever? Let me know. And then we have Paper Mario, one I picked up from Dave. So I haven't really played it. I only like picked it up because I got a good deal of him. If it wasn't, a good deal of Dave, then it mostly wouldn't have this in my collection. Paper Mario is a weird one. Like Thousand Year Door is fantastic. One of the best games on the GameCube and stuff. And in my opinion, and I know like Bala, who on the like forum and stuff like that mostly have a similar opinion. As the series has gone downhill since then. They tried to do all these different gimmicks and stuff like that with the series, but then I know like Dave is really likes Color Splash and stuff. I think this one is fine. I think like the boss battles are cool, but like all the other fights are apparently quite pointless. No XP systems, you can just like skip them. So I'm not really sure. It's one again. If I got time or whatever, we'll play it. But it's one, like I said, if I want a good deal, might not be in my collection. Another one a bit like Atelier Riser. I picked this up on Switch over PlayStation because I didn't have a PlayStation at the time. It's also, on paper, it's definitely a mini game. It's Atlas, it's Persona, it's like a sequel to Persona 5, even though you got Royal, so it makes it a bit confusing because you got obviously Sophie, the new character in this, and I can't remember what the new character was called in Persona 5 Royal. Yeah, but anyway, and it's a Muso, but it actually like has all the social aspects of a Persona game, and like even the Muso bit is like in the dungeon. I think it's called a jail or something now. I think they changed it to a dungeon to a jail or something, or the palace to a jail, stuff like that. But I did like the first one and never gone back to it, and it's like I think it runs not that well on Switch. It's like I should have got on PS4 run better, but looking at like I said, I've been playing a lot of these sort of games on Switch recently, so I'm not as bothered about that. It's just when will I get to it? But because I have actually quite a big Persona slash Atlas collection, it's not one I'm going to be like selling or anything anytime soon. So it's just I will get to it at some point. When that point will be, who knows? Similar to one to Our World Has Ended, and that is Root Letter. Yeah, I randomly bought this on eBay one day, one night, like brand new, sealed. It is also day one edition, so big box, art cards, stickers, and key rings, all that stuff. I have heard of this. Like, there's a roulette on Vita, for instance, and PS4, and I think this is actually like the Last Answer is like a remake, and it has like better like visual like of like the anime bits and stuff like that. But it actually has live action, so you can play the whole game in live action instead of the anime, which is really weird. And yeah, and like I said, it's weird to have like a remake of a game that was on PS4 and then came back to PS4, but they had this live action and thing. Obviously, I think this is the only version on Switch, though. So again, tell me if it's any good or not. The one that Craig's here, Craig for is Room Factory 5. He likes to ask me if I've been playing Room Factory 5. Yeah, because this came out the same day as Kirby. I played Kirby, and then I've not played this at all. And also, he likes to remind me he's got like a 68% on Open Critic, and I own the game and stuff like that. But it's another one that I do really want to get to, and it's one like I maybe should get to now with this bit of like waiting till the 11th of June, like Mario Strikers. Like, could play it now. It's just there's other games, and I just play 13 Sentinels, so I want another like long Japanesey game. Who knows? On long Japanesey games, we got Sakuna of Rice and Ruin, which I bought after Banner on the forum's recommendation. I think it was his favourite game, whatever year it came out. I think it was his game of the year, and then I saw this cheap. I think it had like 30 quid in the sale in game or something, so I picked it up. I don't know if it's that still sort of price, so it might be cheaper by now, but then it's a game like this on Switch, so who knows, it could have gone either way. What I played of it seemed fine, but like I know you got like the farming elements with the rice field and stuff like that. And it's like I have this with farming elements. It's like which one do you play now? But yeah, got that. Another one I got off Dave was Shin Megami Tensei 3 HD, which I didn't buy because everyone from reviews like saying it's not that great of a remaster or anything. It's like just play the PS2 version, and obviously that's even on PS3, so like the classic. One of the reasons I got it, bought it off Dave again because it's a good deal, and I have Shin Megami Tensei 5 on Switch, which I have finished. So this is actually part of the Fall of Man edition. You can tell also because of like all the writing on the back. So, of it. It's like slightly different box art, I believe. Yes, I got that, played, finished that. I thought it was fine, not that great. Like it's reviewed pretty well. And the Shin Megami Tensei series is popular. Obviously, Persona come after it. I didn't think it was that great. It just seemed to be like do battles, little bit cutscene, do battles. There was like no actual like great story. So I'm not sure when I will play this. It's just like goes, I have them both, and this is what I was thinking about. Like, I got decent size, like Atlas slash Persona collection. Like, you might have seen yesterday if you watched the podcast. Looking at studios, I showed my copy of Catherine for like Atlas and P Studio. Like, I kind of want Catherine on Switch. I really want the Vita version, to be honest, but that's kind of expensive now. Sonic Colors. This is a weird one because if you remember rightly, because obviously COVID and stuff was happening, this got delayed. I didn't know if it got delayed. It got delayed physical, and the digital version still came out, or something like that, if I remember correctly. And then when this actually did come out, it came out like the same day as something else, and like the week before something. And I've done like world. If it came out when it was meant to come out, I most probably would have played and finished this. But it was like, oh yeah, I was like, it came through the post. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot that was coming out. Oh well, I'm going to go play Forza Horizon or something instead. Um, and next is another platform, Super Mario 3D All Stars, which I got because Nintendo was Nintendo. It's like, yeah, this game is going to disappear. You're not going to be able to get it on the eShop anymore. All your cartridges are going to blow up. No, obviously they didn't. But yeah, really, I got this because of FOMO. Like, if I don't get it now, the eShop's it's gonna go from the eShop. It's gonna end up becoming super expensive, and like won't be able to get it. But I think this sold ridiculously well. So there's a lot of copies about. Even though I don't think that really means anything, because you look at N64 games and stuff like Mario Kart 64, that's quite expensive now, and that sold a bucket load, and your Final Fantasy 7s and stuff. I know that's not that expensive, but even though it sold a bucket load, I could still see it going up in value. Again, it's a bit like the Zelda's, like your Skyward Sword. I have played Mario 64 before and finished it. I've played and loved Sunshine, finished it. The only one I haven't is Galaxy. That's also one of the main reasons I bought this, because I don't. It was weird because I was like defending the Wiimote with Skyward Sword. I don't like the motion controls on Galaxy, so it's one of the reasons I want to play this. And also, it's daft. There's no Galaxy 2. Like, where is it, Nintendo? Then I have Sushi Striker, which I didn't get myself. I got this from Secret Santa. I think it was Bala Secret Santa. Again, a Nintendo first party game, and I think it plummeted in price. It was on 3DS as well, and I think it's supposed to be a 3DS game, and then it got like ported on Switch because 3DS was nearly dead at the time, sort of thing. But yeah, I've not played it. Sorry if you watch this, Bala. I really, I really should play it at some point. But yeah, it was a nice one to have in the collection. It was a great Christmas gift, like a Secret Santa. I think our budget was only like 15 quid to get like a Switch game, and a Nintendo first party Switch game in that budget. Budget is like really impressive though. Alright, sticking on the Atlas theme and Fire Emblem theme is Tokyo Mirage Session Sharp FE Encore. I have this on Wii U as well. I think it's the standard version I got on Wii U. I can't remember what this actually added. News stories, music, costumes, not present in the Wii U version. Again, I played a bit of it on Wii U, and I played a bit of it on Switch. I really did like what I played. It seems more Persona than like a Shin Megami Tensei does. I know that sounds weird, but I've just not got around to playing it. And it's one of those ones I'm not going to trade it in. Like, I still got it on Wii U, so it's going to be in my collection forever. And then the last two, I guess I'll do together to make 29 and 30, and that's Xenoblade Chronicles, the remastered, which is the 77th version of that game, and then obviously number 2 as well, which I picked up because I've played bits of that on different systems, not really liked it. And then I played Torno Country because I got it off Dave again, another deal from Dave. Really liked that. I know it's only short, it's like 18 hours, really liked it. Did play it, traded it in, hence why it's not in his collection. I did the normal, finished it, unless it's like a Zelda or a Persona or a Fire Emblem, it's, normally gets sold, hence why there's no Kirby. Sort of thing. I really enjoyed that. And then like Blue Reflection, like I traded in my Oculus Quest, and it's like, okay, I can get like double my amount money if I trade in. Oh, is there anything I want? And there's like, the Xenoblade Chronicle games. I just really like Torno Country, so I ended up picking up both of these again with Blue Reflection. Obviously the third's coming this year as well, which I will mostly buy. So I'm gonna play the series in a really weird order, where I'm gonna play like Torno Country, play and finish that. I'm gonna get 3 and most should play and finish that. And that sounds like 3 might be a prequel to these two, because it says it's what you do in 3 will shape your future of 1 and 2. So I don't. So it actually might be worth playing 3 before 1 and 2, but who knows, because they're not really connected, but sort of are connected. Like someone's gonna have to tell me more about that sort of thing. And then you obviously got X on Wii U, which I've got here, and then once I played and finished 3, I don't know when I'll get to either of these And again, I'm more likely to play 2 first because of Torn Country, because obviously it's got same characters and stuff like that, like Mithra, and that. So I'm more likely to do 2 after that before this. But even though like this might be the better game and stuff, and it looked like it was pretty nifty remaster. Yeah, so that is my Switch collection. It is pretty much all Japanese stuff and pretty much all RPG. That's why most of it is a backlog. So anyway, that's been my Switch collection. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again.